channel.
One has trained the Dragon Warrior, and the other has trained 4 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Who will come out on top in the beat? Yeah, I know it's a little rusty from the intro, but I'm trying to get used to this. Is like our whole new thing. You know, we usually do other way, but I decided to do it this way now because it seems a little more funner. Anyways, moving on beside the point. Today we're going to be talking about 2 great characters, considering Kung Fu Panda 4 just came out not too long ago. We figured we still continue on talking about characters from that franchise. So we decided we do these 2 particular characters for today. Now, we've already talked about the brief origin stories in another segment called Brief Origins, and we'll probably put that link in the description below if you want to see about their stories and how they became to be. But for now, we're only going to be talking about the BAF. And then after that, we'll talk about the end game. So let's start off with Master Splinter as far as powers, abilities, and feats. He learned all his Kung Fu style from a human before his mutation when he was only a rat. With the help of another and his sons, he got rid of a bone demon's cloaking powers and was able to defeat these 3-headed big-sized creatures. Defeated Ultrabot, even though it was mechanical, stronger, and had lasers for guns. He was able to beat it by removing the battery without its acknowledgement. Before he was a father, he fought in a tournament filled with bigger and stronger opponents from all forms of life and defeated them all, making his way to the finals to defeat Draco with a broken leg. Took the turtles to school during several training exercises, held his own against 5 little bots designed to feed off structure, can sense evil by smelling it without seeing it, can tell a place hasn't been used in some time just by smelling it as well. Got the jump on Casey Jones. To prove a point to Leo, he had Leo come at him with both blades and dodged all the moves, and even used his cane to remove the blades off Leo's hands, leaving him defenseless. Splinter took down 13-foot ninjas, suckered Shredder into standing underneath a giant container holder, defeated Shredder again, fought alongside his sons to defeat mutated clones of Shredder, used a magic sword to defeat element warriors, defeated Robo Splinter, defeated a giant 4-armed creature. He is the champion of the Big Brawl, meaning the champion of the multiverse. Shout out to all my content supporters. We're not working together, but we like to give credit where credit is due. Ivan the Unstoppable for all the knowledge of comic feats. Watch Mojo for origins and for all the background videos. Comic Historian, Comics Explained, and Key Issues. Go ahead and check them out and tap into the world of comics by supporting other creators. Link to channels will be in the description below. Alright, so let's get into the end game, how Master Splinter would defeat Master Shifu. So let's start off with a couple of the discussions. For one thing, Master Splinter has defeated Shredder. Now there's an argument there because Master Shifu has been defeated by his own students. If you remember, he was defeated by Tai Long, and that should already say something in itself. If he was defeated by his own student, then it also implies that he couldn't actually hold his own against such great warriors. And he also got defeated by someone who was also a superior warrior like Kai. Kai is not considered master. He was a warrior, but he wasn't considered a master. He was considered a skilled fighter, but he was trapped in like a 500-year realm, and Master Shifu still got defeated by Kai. So it is safe to say that Master Splinter does have more of a winning element to his favor compared to Master Shifu. Now let's talk about the magic sword. The magic sword is a lot more of a stronger, superior weapon than a magic flute. In Master Shifu's series, there's a moment where he uses a magic flute to fight off some other warriors using a magical weapon. So, but when you put those two together, a sword versus a flute, I'm going to say the sword might have much more of a stronger component, and it might be able to deliver more of a deadlier blow than the flute itself. A couple other things is obviously Master Splinter also has some very unique necessary tools. Now maybe he doesn't have the incredible hearing senses of Master Shifu, but he does have incredible smell, meaning that there isn't a moment where, let's say you put him in a dark room or you put him in a place where it's not familiar. Master Splinter is going to be able to familiarize himself with it based on smell. He could probably smell you coming from a mile away, know when you're going to come and attack him in all these different directions, and even if you're coming at the dark, he knows how to use the smell to capture you without you seeing him coming. Now another thing is that massive tail is going to come in handy. Master Shifu is strong, but that tail is going to really do some damage at some point. It does have a really huge whacking kind of effect, and at the same time you could probably wrap his tail around his leg and then throw him around like a rag doll in that sort of sense. And then probably one of the last and final points, because look, both of them are masters of Kung Fu. They're both skillful, and they both can probably dodge a counter moves here and there. Master Shifu might have certain little tricks up his sleeve, but again, Master Splinter does have a lot of these extra elements, and the one thing I'll add is that makes him even much more superior fighter than Master Shifu, no matter what you say, and no matter how you put it, is the fact that he defeated a multiverse tournament. He won the entire multiverse tournament to become the champion. So to say Master Splinter is the top dog is an understatement. He defeated a multiverse of champions to become the top dog. Even with a broken leg, he defeated the toughest guy they had in the finals. So it's safe to say that Master Splinter, when it comes to a long battle against an opponent, he can eventually outsmart it, figure out a way around it, and use his style of technique to be able to superior himself against somebody and eventually get the W on this end. Alright, now on this side, I'll be representing and talking about the BAF of Master Shifu. Alright, he defeated a Rhino warrior, defeated a small ox army on his own, took on an owl, defeated a wooden made robot, took several telekinetic hits from a mythical dragon, defeated a monkey using his glowing hands by imitating his move and taking him down off a cliff, heard giant gongs wrapped in chains coming at him and was able to move before it could take him out, took on wolves that had invisible cloaking kind of powers, or I don't know, I guess a cloaking device or kind of a cloaking cloak. Took on two giant pigs strapped onto Poe's chest like a toddler. Took on two ghosts. Took down an army of rhinos, with some being taken out with a headshot technique. Defeated gator warriors. Dodged several direct arrow shots attacked from above in different angles. Took on an elephant wielding a weapon made out of electricity. Took on geese with magical musical instruments with his own flute of magic. In the movie, he assisted in fighting Shen's wolf army, fought against Tai Long, trained the dragon warrior to reach his full potential, fought against Kai. Alright, let's talk about the end game, how Master Shifu would defeat Master Splinter. So, let's talk about his small stature. That does come in handy against a fight against a much bigger opponent, because it's much harder to nail a blow against someone a little more smaller target, especially if he can maneuver around your body in a very fast and swift way. And on top of that, it takes him much shorter of a time to be able to maneuver around, considering his small stature. It does come into play against somebody like Master Splinter, who is a little mutated and a little bit more larger in a sorter situation. Now let's talk about that. Master Shifu also knows these little special pressure points. Now in the Ninja Turtle series, I don't really think Master Splinter gets to show his true talent when it comes to learning any certain pressure points during a fight, but with Master Shifu, he does show his special technique. He was able to show that he is able to use certain pressure points to put people back out of the pressure point, so he knows the techniques, which means at a certain point in a fight, he could use that to his favor against Master Splinter. Another thing is, yes, he has a magical sword, but he has to be able to get close enough to nail Master Shifu with it. So it might be a direct range fight, which means that the magical flute is going to come more in of a favor and handy, considering it can probably provide more space and heal him with much more of a longer direct target shot compared to the sword that's only got one thing it can do, which is get up close and needs to be able to nail you with that close range shot. You can also hear Master Splinter coming a mile away. His impeccable hearing does come in handy against somebody who might be able to try to avoid making a sound, but Master Shifu can just literally hear a flap or anything coming from really far distance. So I do believe that there's no element of surprise Master Splinter could pull on Master Shifu during a fight. Another thing is that Master Shifu seems to be a little bit more faster and a little bit more stronger. Now, why do I say that? Well, Master Splinter is an impressive skilled fighter, but it's the skill that makes him the strongest. As far as like the element of him being the much more stronger of the fighter, he's not usually the strongest of the fighter during an opponent. He's usually just the more skillful one. But let's say you find someone with a much more same resume of skills and they're on the same element of fighting styles, it could kind of imply that Master Shifu has much more of an advantage because of the speed and strength. Now, why would I say speed and strength? Because the speed, again, he's shown time from time that he's pretty damn fast through the movie and so on and so forth when it comes to attacks and so on, even dodging blades coming directly at him. Another thing to show the strength, why did I mention the strength, is because he was able to, in the series, was able to lift Po, or even in the movie. Remember in the first movie when he says, okay, I'm gonna throw down with you, Dragon Warrior, and he's like, all right, and then he just tosses them around with just like one or two hands, like boop, 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 So he obviously was strong enough to just move Po around like a little stuffed teddy bear, even though Po is a giant bear. And then another thing is that in the series, he also got to carry Po while he was like on him, like a little toddler. He had Master Shifu strapped onto him, so when Master Shifu needed to throw down or go up a tree or something like that, he would use his own body to carry Po and then lift him up and then flip him over. So you got to give him credit's due. Strength-wise, that's impressive. Master Splinter hasn't really gotten a chance to show that. Again, he uses kind of his intelligence in certain situations to kind of out-clever his opponent. But when you're facing a similar clever opponent with skills, on top of it, he's also very aware, and he can also kind of sense things coming with his super fast reflexes. I do believe Master Shifu just has a little more of a nudge and a more of an element chance of getting the drop on Master Splinter before Master Splinter could really actually deliver that deadly blow he needs, which means that with Master Shifu's combination of skills, experience, along with the speed, along with the strength, along with the small stature, and along with his pressure point techniques, he will be able to put, he also knows the finger hold move. If you remember the wushu hold, if he gets Master Splinter with that move, it's over and he can claim the W on this end. But as always, no press fam, it's not up to me, it's up to you guys. So if you liked either one of my arguments, you know what you can do. You can hashtag Master Shifu or you can hashtag Master Splinter. And as always, no press fam, we really appreciate you guys. Catch you guys later. Peace. And as always, guys, if you guys enjoy our content, you know what you guys can do. You can share, you can like, or you can subscribe to our channel. When you guys subscribe to our channel, you know what you do. You guys are building our empire and allowing us to provide you guys with even much more greater content for you guys to enjoy.